name is Dr. Waddell Brooks, Sr., your host, and this is Community Forum. We have an extraordinary program today. We're going to be talking about Youth Build Lake County, and we have exemplary guests with us. The first we have to my immediate left, Tara Thomas, my co-host, and to her left is Kelsey Saunders. She's a student at Youth Build Lake County. She's also in GED and health programs there at Youth Build Lake County. And to her left is Jessica Easley, AmeriCorps Vista full-time AmeriCorps staff member. And our anchor person is Tamika Wilson, who's the development director at Youth Build Lake County. Wow, a powerful group we have here. Tara, we have Kelsey Saunders here. You want to get her background here. What I want to do is get a little bit about each one's background here, and I want you to start off with.
Okay. Well, I had two things I was going to ask Ms. Saunders.
Okay.
One was, how did you hear about the program? And I'll just ask you these two questions. Well, how did you hear about the program? Why you decided to elect to join the program? And then I'll ask you after that. So those two things. And then, you know, your background led you to the program. So it's three. Sorry about that.
Okay. Well, I heard about the program through a couple of my friends that graduated.
From the program?
Yeah.
Okay.
I decided to join the program because I know I needed to further my education if I wanted to be successful in life and to be able to get a decent career to take care of my kids. And I have 3 kids, so.
Okay.
And what was the third?
Ms. Saunders. Okay, wait a minute. So you told me how you got there because you had someone who graduated. And how do you expect to use this in your career? How is it preparing you for a career? Is it preparing you?
Yes, it is preparing me for my career. We actually have a career readiness group that we have in the school. We talk about not having jobs, but actually, you know, preparing us to have careers.
Right.
I'm in the healthcare class, and we are taking CNA, and that is something that, you know, people can have a career on, you know, but I don't want to stop there. I want to further my education. So I definitely want a career,
okay,
and not a job.
Okay, so now that differs for you, Miss Jessica, Miss Easley. My best friend in college last name is Easley, and she demanded that every student call her Miss Easley. She was the only freshman who got called Miss Easley. So I will probably be referring to you as Miss Easley because of Sheila Easley, who is president of the university today. So that's a good name. But Miss Easley, what brought you there? I know you're there in you guys have 2 different programs apparently, because I know Miss Saunders is there for the GED program and for career.
Well,
and
Kelsey's a student, whereas Jessica's currently an intern with us as a staff member.
So you're an intern. Okay, so why did you select that?
I wanted to further my education, and I didn't have the funds to do it, but I know that I needed what's the word I'm looking for? I need the experience of working in a workforce. I worked in retail, so
I see.
I needed that office, and this needs to be done, and not just, I'm here to customer service, and that's it. So I needed that experience, and I also thought this would be a great opportunity for me to open many doors, which it has within the program for the students as well. So I've been able to meet people that I'm like, oh, okay, I want to go into law, so I've been able to meet a lawyer and to meet a judge, and I'm like, okay.
Have you met the mayor?
Yes, I have.
That's what I'm talking about. There you go. So
Tara, I want to fast forward this, and we want to come back to both of these, one student and staff person. But I want Tamika to tell us about, and I'm sure our listeners say, hey, what are we talking about here? Give us a history of Youth Build. What is Youth Build?
So Youth Build Lake County was founded about 10 years ago, a little over 10 years ago now, here in North Chicago. We work to provide education and career training to young adults ages 17 to 24 throughout Lake County. About 60% of our students come to us without a high school diploma. So for various reasons, they may have dropped out of school or not completed high school. And we provide an opportunity for them to complete that high school diploma or equivalency through our programs. And at the same time, we're providing career training in order to make sure that these students who are eager to become self-sufficient and contributing members of their communities are able to do so, that they're really able to walk out of our doors after graduation with a viable career choice, that they're going to be able to continue the education that they've started with us or may have continued with us in order to go on to post-secondary education or a career to really help to become self-sufficient.
What are the qualifications if a student comes to you? I mean, do you have, like, how many students do you currently have?
So right now we're serving just over 70 students this year.
Okay.
Our students are with us anywhere from about 6 to 9 months, depending on their program of study. Currently, we have youth build students that are either studying in construction or, as Kelsey is, in our healthcare, Bridge to Healthcare program. And those students are with us for about 6 to 8 weeks, where they're bridging the gap between their high school education and study skills and things that they may not feel 100% comfortable just diving into a college environment, learning some of the basic math skills that are necessary for healthcare, some of the terminology, utilizing some of the equipment, and again, study skills and life skills, to where they're going on to a certified nursing assistant program, and now we're also exploring things like phlebotomy and pharmacy technician. And then our other program that we have is a bridge to automotive. Again, high school diploma recipients or GED recipients who are now studying at the College of Lake County, but working with our program to provide life skills, mentoring, and career placement as an automotive technician.
Are you part of CLC?
We are not. We partner with a lot of different organizations, the College of Lake County being one of them. Rosalind Franklin University is one of them. The United Way we have a strong partnership with. So in various ways, we're constantly building partnerships because the collective impact of all of these organizations helping the young people of Lake County is what's making all the difference.
Okay, now you mentioned that it can be 6 weeks to 9 month program. So particularly with Ms. Saunders, how long have you been there?
Since August.
Okay, and will you finish the program this year?
Yes.
So her program is a 9 month. When she completes it, because she is doing, to me, a phenomenal job. I know when before I got married a second time, I was going to law school with my son and working with him. I think it's great that you're doing this. And your kids, I'm telling you, they will remember. They may not want to, but when they go to college, they'll say, my mother, she did this.
Absolutely.
So this is wonderful. And not only with what you're doing for your children, but what you're doing for other young ladies in the community who have kids.
Right.
Okay? And that's why I don't want to focus on her, but when she told me that, I thought...
She's the reason we're here. So, yeah, the focus is definitely on our students.
You are you're wonderful. I'm serious.
Thanks.
And you should be applauded for that, because a lot of girls, I see young ladies every day just walking the streets, and maybe they didn't know they could to go to Youth Build. So that's why I asked you, how can a student apply to Youth Build?
So our students come to us from many different referral systems for the most part. We do some advertising and some marketing. We're definitely in social media. We've got Facebook, we've got Twitter. But a lot of them, like Kelsey, are coming to us because of referrals, word of mouth. They know someone who's graduated from the program, and
so she can just walk in the door and say, I want to apply.
So our application process, it's open to anyone to apply. All of our students are in some way at risk, whether it's low income, whether they're young parents, whether they're homeless for whatever reason, they're considered at risk young adults. And we work with our program is of no charge to our students. And
so do they get free lunches and that type of Title? Are you Title IX as well?
We are not Title IX. We are a 501c3 nonprofit organization.
Okay.
So we are, every dollar that pays for one of our students is individually raised through our donors.
So you're not given aid through the state per student?
Not specifically. We are awarded grants, but they are not guaranteed funding.
So you're not under District 187?
No, ma'am.
Oh, that's interesting.
No, yeah, we are a standalone nonprofit. This year, 2014-15, was the first year that we had an official partnership with District 187 through the high school. So as of this year, we are offering a high school diploma option to our students that are studying with us. The school district has been a very good partner in terms of offering certified teaching staff, computer facilities. The curriculum that they offer is completely computer-based, along with some supplemental in-classroom teaching. So we have about 40 high school students.
So your high school students who will graduate this year and next year, will they be there a year or two? Is that program different?
It's not. Those students and our GED students are studying the same material. Again, within our program, a student could potentially be with us from 6 to 9 months.
Could they be there 2 years if you brought in a junior?
So where we're at this point, last year, January of 2014, the GED, which is the high school equivalency test, changed significantly. And this affected the ability for an individual to walk in and sit down and take that test and gain their high school equivalency nationwide. It became a lot more difficult. It lines up a lot more closely with the SAT or the ACT, where you really have to have some content knowledge to be able to pass it. So with that, a lot of the programs like ours that provide GED training have had to really think about how we're going to offer that training for someone who's coming in with potentially a 6th grade reading level or a 9th grade math level, because now you can't necessarily gain those skills within that 6 to 9 month time frame. So we are potentially going to see some of our students continue on beyond that 9 month. But for organizations like ours, where our funding is limited to a specific amount of time per student, it creates that challenge as well. Now we have to, unlike the school district where you will receive funding for every student that's in a chair up to the age of 21, our program isn't necessarily geared like that, and so we have to, think creatively and reach out to donors. And
well, let me ask you. First of all, if you've got a student coming in on 9th grade math level, you're doing better than most of the country, because the average at high-risk areas is coming in on like 6th to 5th grade level.
That's more of what we
so
see.
If you,
that is definitely
that's about
6th
the
and
norm.
7th
So
grade
9th
for
grade,
reading
you
and
should be
math.
knocking on wood and climbing this roof. But that's one thing. Seriously, because that's extremely high in high-risk communities. But my concern is if you're getting a student who's going to receive a high school diploma, okay, my understanding is the state has an obligation to pay for that student wherever they go, whether it's a Catholic school, a charter school, private school, whatever. So if you're receiving students now that are high school students in District 187, are they getting the equivalent? Because right now I know for sure Common Core is out, okay, as of this year. I know Chicago got in trouble with that as of last week, and the state came down on them and said if they did not implement PAR as of Monday, they will lose their state funding. So are these students being taught to Common Core? They have to be taught to the new one now, right, PAR, which is my understanding.
So by being the development director, first of all, I don't want to get too much into the program and the curriculum because I don't work directly with the students in that aspect.
Okay.
Within development, my department takes care of the donor relationships, the special events, and community outreach and volunteer coordinating. So I can't speak directly to curriculum. In terms of funding, the students that are with Youth Build are dually enrolled in both Youth Build and the North Chicago School District.
Okay.
So the funding does flow in for those students that are considered high school students to the district.
Okay.
And then the district, through our agreement with them, are funding specific items.
I see.
Such as our instructors, some of the transportation, some of the meals. So there's transportation to and from the high school for our field trips and things like that. So
the kids can still participate with different subjects at the high school or different programs. Can they do basketball or something like that if they wanted to?
This is a brand new partnership, so a lot of those things
Haven't
are
worked out yet.
Yeah, exactly.
Okay.
I know that we do have some students that are taking driver's ed at the high school. We've got
Okay.
one that's doing that. We've had students that have participated in career fairs that went on at the high school.
Okay.
So they are definitely a part of the high school's enrollment and are able to participate, but our students are with us from 8:30 to 3 o'clock. So it's not like they can take an elective over at the high school, and because they're literally in class from 8:30 till 3 with Youth Build.
I was fast forwarding this, but Tamika, I want you to go back to the beginning. And it started out at an organization called Daisy's Resource and Development
Yes.
Center.
With Sadiqa Queen.
What happened from that? You may bring us up to date on that. I'm sure our listening audience want to know.
And Dr. Brooks, I think you could probably give us more of a background on that than I ever could. I've been with Youth Build for about a year and a half now. I have, at that point, I was more of a community volunteer. I came in for a life speaker series along with my father. He came in as newly elected mayor and was talking to the students, and I came in supporting him. And then I came back as an entrepreneur, having my insurance agency at the time to talk to the students.
Well, Sadiqa Queen, as you remember, she was the founder
Yes.
of the program. And her husband was in the military, and he's a doctor now, by the way. And,
Yes.
and I think their family's in Hawaii.
Hawaii, that's
She's
what I
about-
heard.
she's
Warmer
about-
climates.
About 6 kids. Can you remember that?
We're
She got
not mad at them, are
She
we?
got 5 or 6 kids there, you know. But then there have been a change. They moved. You moved several times since then. I guess you're aware.
Yes, yes. So, so under Sadiqa's leadership, the organization was started and incorporated. We have grown tremendously from that time. After moving out of Daisy's Resource Center, the program found a home at the VA for a short period of time, roughly 2 classrooms and a small set of offices.
Okay.
We have built, I almost want to say it's 8 homes, and we just sold one that was rehabbed and are working on 2 additional properties right
And the
now.
first home, the land was donated by Daisy's Resource Development Center, and the home was built on a corner of 20th and Sherman.
Correct,
A
yes.
beautiful home there.
And it was a beautiful groundbreaking for that home as well.
Yep,
I did
yep.
attend that.
I'm going to go
So,
by and see
Yeah.
that. What year was that?
oh
Oh
goodness.
my goodness.
Wow.
2000.
I want to say
Oh,
It was a while back.
it was a while back.
was it earlier than 2000? You mentioned 2003.
I
when
want
it
to say
formed.
2008 is what's coming to
Wow.
mind, but I'm not.
Okay,
I'm
okay.
not absolutely certain.
Okay.
Yeah. And then from the VA, we were,
To Lindbergh.
yes, we were offered a lease with the North Chicago School District, so we did move into Lindbergh. We were in Lindbergh for about 3 years, and then this past summer we moved to Green Bay School, roughly the corner of Martin Luther King Drive in Green Bay in North Chicago.
Well, let me ask one of the young ladies. I want to pull them in because they're just sitting here getting away with nothing.
Well, we got the history.
We're not
here,
going
so-
to let that happen. So I'm just curious because you're a volunteer, and I know that is that are there more than, how many volunteers are at the school with you?
Just myself, correct?
You don't, so it's not really it's an internship.
It's internship.
Right, so I wouldn't call it volunteer because believe me, I've been an intern, and you do a lot more than a volunteer, okay? Let's get that real.
So let me talk a little bit about the AmeriCorps program, and then we'll have
Have her
Jessica
address it.
kind of elaborate on that.
Great.
So AmeriCorps is a national organization of volunteerism and service.
Okay.
Within the AmeriCorps program, and this happens to be National AmeriCorps Week, so this was a perfect opportunity. March
okay.
9th through the 13th is National AmeriCorps Week. Within Youth Build, all of our Youth Build students are actually AmeriCorps members. They all do service. They all do service in order to earn an educational award, and I'm going to let Kelsey and Jessica elaborate on this a little bit. But in addition to our students being AmeriCorps and working toward 450 service hours to earn their educational scholarships, we have 4 full-time AmeriCorps members, one of which is Jessica's role as the VISTA. who earn approximately 1,700 service hours and a scholarship as well. So the VISTA's role is unique in that they do, as you say, volunteer. They take a vow of poverty. So her living stipend is very minimal. But again, it's about the service. It's about developing the leadership. It's about giving back to your community and developing the skills that help to build others that are in need.
Is it similar to the Catholic, the nuns who take a vow of poverty?
Not quite.
Okay.
Not quite.
I'm literally taking you literally when you say that.
Yes.
So,
well, I mean, it's basically the communities that the VISTAs are serving. The majority of the individuals in those communities are living within poverty. So it's living and working in the environment for the clientele that you're serving.
So your position there as a VISTA, AmeriCorps person, I don't want to say student, okay, person, do you work outside of Green Bay's building, or do you work just in that building?
Yes.
Which one? You do both. So you work outside
I-
the community as well. I mean,
Right.
outside the structure
Exactly.
in the community.
Yes.
What do you do?
Do
Some of that.
service hours on like Saturdays with the students. So they go to
With
like
the students from
youth build.
Youth Bill
Yes.
only? So you don't work with like maybe at the library?
Can I help with? Because I don't think you're getting the full concept. So I just want to make sure that Jessica's
Okay.
being able to. Why don't you tell us about your role, what you're doing within the development office as a VISTA?
So I'm increasing capacity. So I write grants. So I'm helping bring in money, and I'm working with different donors to help others, so we can get other resources for money. So that's what
Thank
I'm
you.
there.
That definitely qualifies it. So you're being trained how to be a grant writer, which is a phenomenal position.
Yes,
You'll see that
it's
as you get out. Seriously.
amazing.
It is, and it's going to help you even in law. So there are attorneys who just do grant writing, seriously. So that's an excellent field. So Ms. Saunders, pretty as she is, she's just sitting here thinking, oh, this girl, they're not talking to me. No, I'm back. So I just wanted to know, would you recommend Youth Build to anyone? From what you've been
Yes.
in time.
Yes, I would recommend Youth Build to anyone that qualifies, that can meet the application, prospect of it. If you're ages 17 through 24, I would recommend anyone to go. Definitely, it's great. We have staff members there that genuinely care about you. It's not like, oh, I'm just here. Like they're here and they care. If I need any type of resource, maybe even down to Pampers, if they really, if I really needed it, they'll help me. Like they're there to help.
Do you notice-
tutoring and everything.
And that's what I want to ask you. Do you
Yeah.
find the class structure is different than when you went to Waukegan High, right? Okay. So in high school, how some kids can be goof off. You know what I'm
Yes,
saying? There
definitely.
can be fights or there can be whatever. Do you find that students are more serious at Youth Build?
The classes that I take, yes. The GED students and the high school grads. I'm in classes with both of them, so yes.
Okay.
That's all I surround myself with is, those that are, that's straightforward on what they want to do, why they came, and, as they're there, they're focused on what they need to do to be successful.
That's great. That is great.
This is fantastic. What are your ultimate plans? I know Ms. Easley stated to be a lawyer, but your ultimate plans when you leave Youth Build?
When I leave Youth Build, I plan on going to college for the CNA or the phlebotomy.
So actually, the program you're in
It's preparing
is preparing
us
you for that.
for the college, yes. So once I'm done with Youth Build, I'm working towards my hours. She is the staff member for that, and I'm the student. She works with me. So if I have any questions on how to volunteer, where to go, where we're going to meet at, I meet with them on Saturdays.
Wow.
And we go out into a bookstore. You ever heard of Barney's?
Bernie's Book.
Barney's? Yeah, Barney's Books. Barney's Books. We go there and volunteer. I've even been to right there on Sheridan. It's
Changing clothes.
Changing Closets. Yes, thank you. Changing Closets. We've been to different places. The Forest Preserve.
Yep.
It's in Gurnee, right?
Well, you all were out at the College of Lake County.
College of Lake County.
And
We
worked in their
volunteer.
community garden.
Yes, we volunteer there. So we go to different places to volunteer. I think it's just great, you know, it gives us a chance, you know, as students to network and also give back to the community.
So
Do
this
you
has
find-
been a,
oh, I'm sorry,
I'm
go
sorry,
ahead.
go ahead. You're,
But do you find that when you're in this environment right now, and especially in terms of what you're saying, you're taking a career, that the people, the students, all of you are more serious now? You know, do you think that that was, you know, if you could do it over again, do you see the you know, the advantage to your education? I'm saying right now you're more serious. Okay, so years ago when you were in high school, would you have done
Yes,
it
I'm
differently?
definitely more serious now than I've ever been. I don't have any time to play around because this program ends at age 24 and I have 3 babies at home, like I told you before. I've been through a lot of things in my life, and it's time for me to get serious because I definitely have plans on being someone, you know, maybe I can be a good inspiration for somebody in the future, you know, and I can give them good advice. You know, I'm trying to be a good role model, as you know, to stay in school. School is very important to me. I don't know about other people, but you know, it pays off to go to school. You know, you need your education.
Could we have that one reran, what you just said? It pays. No, really, because that was, especially in lieu of the movie Selma that's going on. I don't know if either one of you have seen it yet.
I've heard of it.
Yes, but the spirit of that movie is what you have just said. Okay, and it's even though you didn't see it, it still reminisces in what you've just said. And that if we could get our youth here, and I say here on the North Shore because this is where my interest is, to understand that. And I think people like yourselves, young ladies, you know, they listen to you more. I mean, as an instructor, I taught in North Chicago for like the last 6 years. And you can tell students that, but they, you know, they're still going to do what they're going to do.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? But then when they hear it from someone like you guys, and you're still young, like, I literally asked for their vouchers to be approved to get them on the air because I thought they were like 16, 17. Well, it said youth bill, so I never thought of it. And you said, well, no, you got to be over 17. I'm thinking, oh, well, then you guys come on. But they look so young.
Thank you.
Which, by the way, you need to thank your parents for those genes. When you were my age. Trust me, you'd be like, okay, I don't mind it. Right now, you may ask for ID, get offended. Don't get offended. That's a compliment, okay? But you guys look good, seriously.
no, so you see how important that youth bill has been to you, so you can be a great role model to someone else to really
That's
mentor
important.
them to come into the program, right?
Yes.
So are your parents, you live with your parents?
Yes.
You live on your own, don't you?
Yes.
I thought so. Okay,
Yes.
that's a compliment. I mean, if you were at home, I'd be a little upset. So, but so are your parents happy that you're in this program?
They're thrilled. They love it.
That is great. So,
Well, she comes from great stock because I know the Easleys and your great grandmother, right?
Right.
That passed away recently, you know. And we worked together at the VA for several years, you know. She just recently passed. But your role there in AmeriCorps, tell us about it, your main role there in AmeriCorps. How did you get into AmeriCorps?
I know Tamika, and
Okay.
she looks like a kid too, by the way.
Yeah, Tamika is very, she's a great student. She's a graduate.
Valedictorian.
Valedictorian of Tassin Tyler Daycare Center. Yeah, and also a graduate of the University of North Champaign.
Yes.
But her father, see, it's in her DNA. Tamika didn't have any choice, and her mother too. Let's bring it on, okay? The DNA that's in that family,
Oh, yeah.
that child didn't have no choice. It's kind of like ours. Our kids, some kids just don't have a choice. You know, you just gotta go. It's not like if you're gonna go to college, it's which one.
Right.
The question wasn't if you were gonna go, was
Right.
it? Okay?
Right.
It was decided where you want to go. See, my kids understood that now. Same thing. I got the same.
So Caesar, you have your
kids have
sister,
that.
Sister Israel, you have a great mentor. And I guess you realize that now too, right?
amazing.
Yeah. Now, you say you plan to go into law.
Yes.
Do you have a mentor that's a lawyer you're working with now?
Yes. being out in Chicago with my aunt, I just ran into this random man, and he started talking to her because they were doing some business thing, and he's like, oh yeah, I used to be a lawyer. And I'm like, oh, hello. And he just told me, you know, if you need help, you need schools, anything, he's there, and he's still here. And any questions that I have about, oh, what about the school, well, what about this law? And he's like always there, he's helping me, and anything that I want to know.
You know who else would be a good person for you? And I say because North Chicago has some very good people. You know, contrary to what you guys may hear, you're going to hear people dogging. Don't listen to that stuff. There are some really good, influential people here. Bonnie Mayfield is the state representative
my mom
here.
tells me.
No, it's
I'm
Rita
telling you,
Mayfield.
Rita. I'm going to get to Bonnie. Rita Mayfield is phenomenal. She's a state representative, and she is truly one of the few people I can say when she says her door is open, it really is. Bonnie.
Did you sit with Rita this past week?
I didn't sit with her. I just
Don't be afraid.
I want to talk about the mentoring events.
Don't be afraid. And also check on Bonnie Mayfield. She's right here in North Chicago. She is an alderman. Those are two women. But I would say anyone on the city council for here as well as city council in Zion. But I know Bonnie and Rita, those are some very strong women who would be good contacts for you.
If I could have them elaborate on a couple of things. So one of the things that we do with Youth Build that I think we do very, very well is provide both mentoring events as well as career building skill events.
Okay.
So I'm going to actually ask if Jessica can elaborate, because she sits in the event planning office, to elaborate on the men's leadership and the women's history mentoring luncheons that we held last week. And then Kelsey, if you want to talk a little bit, I know Jessica was just talking about the mentoring, you know, outside of Youth Build that she has, but we bring in industry professionals just about every single month through mock interviews as well. So if you want to talk a little bit about our mock interview experience, and you talk a little bit about our mentoring luncheons.
The mock interview and the resume workshop? Okay. Did you want to?
Go ahead, Kelsey.
Okay. We have mock interviews. I don't know if you heard about it.
I've heard of those.
Oh,
I've done some when I was in
And
high
the resume workshop?
I haven't heard of it, so could you explain it to me?
Okay, so we have these people come out. Tamika, do you remember some of
the last month was with Career Builder.
Okay.
So all of our volunteers were actually from Career Builder, but usually it's just individuals that are volunteering, whether they're bankers or nurses.
Right, yeah. So we have them people come out, and sometimes, you know, we usually hold it in the gym. You know, it's a big enough space. We sit down with them, and we, well, first of all, we have our resumes. We already have them, you know, typed up of the best that, you know, we think that it is. And we sit down with them and we review our resume, and they give us, you know, feedback on how we can increase it and make it better. And we did a few of them actually. And the last resume workshop we had, I've actually sat down with Bruce Brown, and I really didn't need to increase anything except for the capitalizations of OSHA 10. So that's how much we've been working on it to increase ourselves. So I felt good about that, you know.
Tamika, I don't know if you know this, but only because of what Ms. Saunders was just saying. March 20th is a scholarship fundraising at Waukegan High School, Brookside campus. In fact, Pam Brooks is in charge of that, and it's open to all of the students, and so there'll be people there who are giving scholarships.
Okay.
We hope to have at least $10 million worth, literally.
Okay.
So for someone like Ms. Saunders or even yourself who want to go on to the scholarships for various things, you have children, there's one for that. There's one for a woman who's a young woman, she looks like a kid, but a young woman who's going back and wants to go back to college. There are scholarships for that. And it's Saturday the 21st at Brookside campus. So I'll get you guys some flyers for that.
Thank you.
Because I think it would be great for them to come to that. And your resume is ready. See, and that's what you're going to need to have.
Yes.
Okay? Just thought I'd interject that, but go ahead. Excuse me.
Oh, that's okay. Did you want to talk at all about the interaction to have that one-on-one experience through the interviews?
The interaction, it was pretty good. You know, it actually helped me, you know, like I said, sitting with Mr. Brown, and it made me feel good that he didn't say anything except for, like, you know, one little small error.
Good luck on the English teacher for that.
Yeah. So it was really good, you know, the interaction. They gave me good feedback when I first started. You know, I had a lot of things to change. You know, I had to line up the font size and everything. You know, I had a whole thing, but that actually taught me how to actually type better and, you know.
And accept criticism.
And accept criticism.
Yes, believe me. I'm working on my PhD now, and I get my stuff read all the time. I thought I was good. I mean,
Right.
okay?
You just knew there's nothing wrong.
No, it's gonna. So you know what? Don't take it personal. You're gonna be edited from now on. You get ready to go to college. It's gonna edit you some more.
Yeah.
That's just how they do it. They got
Bruce Brown is a graduate of my alumni, Illinois State University, and he received several awards there, so I can compliment him on doing a great job. Now, you mentioned your mock interviews. I know you're going to have one, because this program will not be shown before that. March 13th is one, and you got one April 10th, and also May 1st, I guess, you know.
Are they open to the public?
Coming up.
So yes, what we ask that you do is reach out to us. You can contact us through our website at youthbuildlakecounty.org. Our office manager would take care of coordinating anyone who would like to come in to do mock interviews. Again, it's open. What we like to do is expose our students to various professions, as well as give them a diverse experience, and sitting across the table and having that conversation that can be very intimidating and very scary when, you know, it's sit down and tell me about yourself, and that's the last thing that, you know, you want to do, especially to a complete stranger who, you know. But it's those individuals that come in, like Bruce, come in and volunteer with us and develop a rapport with our students that helps to really, really build their self-confidence, to help to polish them. Just as Kelsey's saying, you know, when she started off, there were a lot of things that they were critiqued on. And, you know, we have volunteers that come to our first event in August and September, and then they come back in April, May, and June, and they're seeing these polished individuals. And many of our students have actually seen job offers come out of the mock interviews, and seeing the volunteers seeing the progression of growth that our students develop, because they're committed. They're committed. You know, everyone comes with, you know, so many different reasons and motivations to be a part of the program, that, you know, we're inspired as staff to see their growth and their success.
Well, both of these young ladies, they seem very confident. And that's one of the things you have to, even if you're not, you know, you got to fake it till you make it, you know what I'm saying? So you generate confidence, and that's something that an employer looks at.
Well, I mean, it's good to have confidence, because nobody's going to do anything for you. You have to do it for yourself. But I actually
Because you
have...
would say that too again, you know?
Yeah, I have some good influences at the school, you know, as far as staff and students. One of my friends, my close friends, Kendra, she actually graduated from the high school diploma. She got that. So, and what was the other girl's name?
Who else just finished?
Yeah, just finished.
There's probably 3 students.
Yeah, it's
that
about
have just
3 of them.
finished
In
their-
January, you mean?
No, they
No, recently.
yeah, based on the curriculum that they're using, it's self-paced. So depending on how many credits a student might have to make, those that are dually enrolled with the high school, they're able to work as fast or as slow as they need to.
So is the school open 12 months out the year?
We do often offer summer school, but at this point, no, this is just since August that these students have been able to work their way through the online curriculum to gain the necessary credits, passing their milestone quizzes and tests to gain the credits to actually earn the completion of those classes.
Yeah, and a few of them completed some of those classes. So I'm just like, good for y'all, you know, be my motivation.
So when they finished, and do you know what have you kept in touch with them? What are they doing?
They still
So
go
they're
to the
still
school.
enrolled. Yeah.
yeah.
So at this point,
They just finished.
what our program is designed for, it's not just a GED program or a diploma program. We are really working on what we call a wraparound approach for our students. So we're not just teaching them, giving them their diploma and saying good luck. We are truly great. You've got your diploma. You've earned your GED. We celebrate that even if it's mid-year, but then those students transition to be full-on in their career training so that they're finishing the program in May along with all of the other students. So those students may be spending their entire day on a work site where they're rehabbing a home, or those students may be working part-time in a nursing home while they're working on their certified nursing assistant certification. Right. So there's different things that we do to make sure that the students are still engaged, still gaining the additional life skills training, while they've now earned one of the pieces of the puzzle to help them on their way to success.
But now she's in the class with me.
Oh,
Healthcare class.
Okay.
Yeah, she's finished her high school.
Okay.
So now she's in the healthcare class with me until the program ends.
Okay.
Yeah.
So Ms. Easley, since I know you're interested in law and you're working in the office, which is great. I mean, I wish I'd had that opportunity to be, especially working with someone who can do grants. Are you going to be able to, when you, does your program have a end period? Like Ms. Saunders was saying, hers is basically 9 months.
Yes.
So how long is your program?
A year. So I'll be done in November of this year.
Of 2014. So then where will you go from there?
I plan on going back to school. I plan on definitely taking it more serious than I did before.
Oh, you realized there was a little flaw in there, huh?
Of course.
Okay.
You know, when I first went to college, I'm not going to lie, I didn't take it serious because it's like, oh, it's COC. But it's like, when I got there, I'm like, it's so many opportunities here. And now that I'm in this program, I'm going to take school so much seriously.
My understanding is CLC has a 4-year program now where you can receive a bachelor's.
Yes.
So I understand what you're
I don't think so.
No.
I think you can finish your 2-year, but then the University Center is housed on the College of Lake County's
It has
campus.
about 16 to 18 different colleges.
Different 4-year schools.
It's only associates.
So do those other schools have 4-year colleges?
Oh, yeah.
The University Center brings in schools like Illinois State, Northern, Southern, and a few other private schools as well, where you can take all of your classes in Grays Lake or online.
But they're through those other colleges.
Correct.
I see. Okay. Thank you. Well, that's something you could consider, unless you want to go away from your family.
I don't know if it's a from her family thing as much as a venture out.
I mean that most students, a lot of students, when they get older, they want to go away and stay on campus, and that's okay.
Yeah.
I wish my kids would stay home, but I couldn't keep them. They went away too.
My 7-year-old tells me that she's going to Loyola so she can live at home, and
that'll change.
That will change. And give her a contract right now. So when 10 years from now, when she comes back, she's like, well, Mom, I'm going to Stanford. No. Our agreement says you're going to Loyola.
Exactly.
Ms. Travis, you've been rewinding a lot of the good things that Kelsey is talking about, but I like to rewind, AmeriCorps. And how would you mentor or encourage other youngsters how they would benefit from getting involved with AmeriCorps?
Well, I would say if you want to give back to your community, and not only to make our peers see the world differently, but to make our generation see the world differently, definitely do the AmeriCorps program.
Now, how did you find out about it?
How did I find out about it?
You were in one that you recommend. How did they find out about it?
Because AmeriCorps is different than the GED.
No, I mean,
it's completely
different.
Jessica's on his staff. So the AmeriCorps program are staff people that work with different agencies nationwide. It's a different program altogether.
So was she placed there? Is there a placement? Like you're saying, it's all over the country. So AmeriCorps.org. AmeriCorps.org, or I'm not even going to try to remember the National Service website. There is a National Service website as well that correlate with one another. So AmeriCorps.org lists a lot of the AmeriCorps opportunities, because every organization that has a 1-year internship or any other type of internship actually has to apply for that through AmeriCorps. I see.
And then those positions are offered. So we advertise for it ourselves through Indeed, through the College of Lake County, as we would any other staff position, but then they're also listed on the AmeriCorps website. So someone who AmeriCorps, and there's several different programs, but the one that Jessica and our other 3 full-time AmeriCorps our staff members are a part of, typically our college students or college graduates. It may be someone who's changing careers. They may have spent some time, 10, 15 years even, in a career, and they're trying to shift to a different area.
Excuse me, so if it's someone who could have been in a career for 10 years, they're going to be older than 24. So that doesn't have that age criteria.
Not correct.
Okay, thank you.
Yep. Youth Build, our program, to be a part of our program, has that age criteria. But AmeriCorps, our
you could have been in a career and changing your career and come back.
Correct.
Okay. So in the career that you're going now, when you finish in November, because you mentioned all the hours, and as an intern, I understand that. Will you definitely receive a scholarship to go back to school, or you qualify for a scholarship?
Definitely receive a scholarship.
Okay, they need to know that. So if you do the program, you will definitely.
You would definitely receive a scholarship.
Okay. And you're looking forward to that. Now, is there a program? I mean, is there a ceremony? Or you just leave? Most interns just leave. When I was intern, I just leave.
Yeah, it's just, there's not really a ceremony.
Yeah, it wasn't one for
the
me.
The VISTA program, though, because of its significance, just that again, that vow of poverty, that truly living and working in the community, serving the community, they do a kind of an induction into their program, but there's not really a wrap-up to the program as much as evaluations, and they can kind of submit, this was the project that I completed throughout the year of service. So one of Jessica's projects is actually really pushing our social media for Youth Build, and really kind of increasing our visibility and our capacity through social media.
Well, we're sure happy to that you accepted our invitation to let the Comcast, not only Comcast audience with 100,000 people watch the program, but online, you're going to be seen all over the world. drbrooks.tv. You can take it starting Friday. It will be all over the world. So I'd like to congratulate you on that. Okay, now there's a great day coming up for the graduates of Youth Build. You got a great day coming up. That in June, you have graduation?
We do, and I apologize because I didn't come prepared to give the graduation date.
Well, it's going to be June 6th.
Thank you. So,
my birthday, that's a good day.
So June 6th is the graduation day for
Thursday,
June 6th. For the Youth Build students, those that are dually enrolled with the high school will also have the opportunity to participate in the high school's graduation on May 29th. So,
yes. June. Okay, very good. And everybody will be invited. You'll be invited.
Oh, my birthday, I'll bring a cake. I just have a question. What is the Youth Build affirmation? What is that? And what does it mean to you?
Well, the affirmation is like, it's kind of like a pledge, like the Pledge of Allegiance.
Okay.
But it's not the Pledge of Allegiance. It's something that we say as a group every Monday morning.
Okay.
When we leave the weekend and we come back to school every Monday morning. We stand up and say our affirmation. What it means to me is, I think that when we say it as a group, we actually hear those words, and when we say the words and we hear the words and we repeat it, we can actually be more, more into what we're saying and actually do it, which is, to be pledged to the school and make a commitment to be there and to, just be on top of your game and get things done. And like a family,
Okay, so is it you're pledging your commitment to your future or your career? Because I know it's about careers.
Yeah, I'm pledging my commitment to that, and also to the school and the staff members.
Do you remember some of the components of it? Some of the.
Oh, thank you.
Yeah, I know you out there reading it a lot, but in terms of reciting it, do you remember any of the phrases that come out of it? We are, all of us here at Youth Build.
Yeah, are dedicated.
Any of the pieces of it are fun. Things that stand out to you.
Well, when it says we are dedicated to challenge, and we have made a commitment, and empowering ourselves to be, responsible to and for each other, our families, our lives, our teachers, and our community.
Fantastic.
Is it something, an affirmation that you could use even raising your children, do you think?
Yes, you can use it anywhere, all over the world.
That's good.
Yeah, I think people should actually, you know, even if it's not Youth Build's affirmation or if it's not the
They
Pledge
should
of
have
Allegiance,
some type of.
have some type of something to keep
Personal
yourself
mission.
to keep yourself on track and going. You know, you can even write something down and just say it, not every day, but every once in a
Have you
while.
ever considered being a teacher? I'm not kidding either. I'm just, why?
Maybe a teacher at the church, you
Or
know. I
teaching
don't want to get
nursing.
all religious, but, you know, maybe a teacher at the church.
Why not teach nursing?
Nursing?
You want to go into CNA? Think about it. Because, I mean, she has such potential.
I can do anything that I want to do. I know that I can do that.
Hallelujah. I don't want to go religion on her, but hallelujah.
You have an affirmation that you give to the first and third Tuesdays, or what is it?
I do, but I was just curious to hear the young ladies. And, I mean, I'm interested in going there as your mock
Interviews?
Yeah, I would
We'd
love
love
to
to
do
have
that because we're trying to do something in the community with girls and boys separately, and we'll talk about that off camera. But I think that you guys are a true inspiration, both of you. Your parents, your parents are thrilled, and your kids will be. They'll be able to. I mean, trust me, kids say, you know, your parents, for example, you're proud of your parents, right?
Oh, yeah.
And they give you reason to be.
Definitely.
You are doing the same thing, and your parents are proud of you, and your kids will be proud of you. So it has to start. You know, we started, each generation does better than the next. Trust me, my kid's doing so much better than me now. It makes me sick. But he was raised to do that, and your kids will do that too. That's just how it is.
Well, with the great program that our listening audience has been listening to, what about fundraising? Would you like to get a plug in for your major fundraiser every year?
I would love to. So our largest fundraiser is actually our spring benefit. Our spring benefit is coming up on May 9th.
Okay.
We will be holding that at the Westin North Shore in Wheeling. We expect to see approximately 300 guests.
Wow.
Yes, our students attend and have an opportunity to interact with our guests, and it's a wonderful evening.
Is it black tie?
It's cocktail attire.
What time of the day is it?
6 p.m. 6 p.m. Saturday, May 9th.
So it's 6 p.m. Saturday, May 9th.
And there is information available on our website.
Okay. Okay, that is, and all the students, well, most of the students will be there.
We actually look for volunteers. So those that are willing to step up and you know, continue to be leaders among their peers are usually the ones that attend, and they have a great time and enjoy themselves. Our entertainment theme this year is dueling pianos, so it's a live auction, a silent auction.
Do any of the students
dinner.
have a chance to speak?
We don't. We will occasionally have one student
Because I think Ms.
represent the
Sanders
student.
would be wonderful. I'm just saying. I'm just throwing it out there.
You know what? Kelsey is one of our, she has been an outstanding leader among the students. She does a lot of our tours as guests come into the building.
Okay.
Typically within the benefit we have a video. So we have a lot of students
Gotcha.
have an opportunity
Okay.
to kind of be heard through through the video.
Okay, that is excellent when people can actually, well, your public, especially if they're contributing, because you don't want them just to contribute just that ticket, because if they can do something up and above that and they can see a return, because most businesses are looking for a return, it's still a business, and you have two wonderful students and Vista personnel, interns, that represent it very well.
Thank you.
You
Well,
do.
why Wheeling?
You know, we've had various sites. For the benefit, we're looking at our donor base. We want to make
Okay.
sure that it's going to
You need larger space.
Definitely the larger space, but then also just making sure that we're making it convenient to the donors. Our ticket price is about $200. Well, it's $200 per plate per ticket. We have major sponsors on board. P&G is one of them this year. We're going to be honoring AbbVie with the United Way. They came in and were a huge partner over this last year, so they'll be receiving a Lifetime of Service Award. And you know, we're really, really excited to.
So you're expanding. But my final question is, because it's called Lake County Youth Build, is that correct?
Youth Build Lake County.
Youth Build Lake County, thank you. Do you have to live in any part of Lake County?
Correct.
So it's not just open to like North Chicago, Waukegan, Zion. It's open to any resident who lives
Anyone
in any
who's a
portion.
Lake County resident.
Okay, well
Yes,
then now I see
most
why it's
definitely.
in Wheeling.
Is Wheeling in Lake County or Cook
Yes.
County?
Yeah.
I thought Wheeling was Cook
I
County.
think Wheeling, I don't know. I don't.
It's
Some parts
right
at the
I was
border.
going to
It's
say,
right
I
at the
think
border.
it's still because Wheeling is right next to Riverwoods, and Riverwoods is definitely Lake County. So she might be right on the edge.
We're right on. It's
Yeah.
right on the edge. I know where you're at.
Yeah.
I do. And we've held our event everywhere from the Greenbelt Cultural Center
Okay.
to the Miramar
But
Cafe.
you go where the donors
in
are.
yes.
And that's a very
Yeah.
nice hotel. It's very nice. The facility where you're going.
And it's also exposing our students to
Yes.
the rest
Now
of
that's very
the
nice.
area. We're not keeping everything here. We take them out and give them.
And they
an
need to know
opportunity.
there's a world outside of North Chicago and Waukegan, and some students don't.
Correct.
Believe me, they don't.
Fantastic. Well, I think is there just a few minutes left, maybe just a couple minutes left.
Maybe one.
Is there any last thoughts you want to give? I want to thank you both for being on. You've been shared a lot of insight to Lake County and to the rest of the world.
And I want to thank them for being role models for girls, viewers, and men to know that life isn't over. You can go back and start all over again.
Okay, well, ladies and gentlemen, we've been talking with exemplary guests, as I mentioned at the top of the program. Mrs. Tara Thomas, co-host, Ms. Kelsey Sanders, and she's a student at Youth Build Lake County, and taking the GED and health programs, and of course, Jessica Easley, AmeriCorps. Shed a little light on that for us. With Vista, a full-time AmeriCorps staff member. Congratulations, you know. And our anchor person, which we're so grateful to have with us, Tamika Wilson. She's the development director for Youth Build Lake County.
Yes.
And thank you very much for stopping in and saying hello to us and shed the light to the program. And ladies and gentlemen, we hope that you've been benefited and you will support Youth Build Lake County, which is located Green Bay School, which is on the corner of Green Bay Road and Martin Luther King Avenue
Nice
Drive,
facility.
I guess. You know.
Very nice facility.
So we want to thank you for taking time for your busy schedule to listen to the program. This has been Community Forum. My name is Dr. Waddell Brooks Sr., your host.